So in this lesson we'll be seeing about how to create your user ID in the TpSynergy.com platform and invite your trading partners and also set up the master data as needed. So you would have got a invitation from the TpSynergy.com like this. You might have got an email saying that you are invited to join TpSynergy.com collaboration platform, and it might also have had a link which says that to join, like what is the URL you have to click, and then you have to click the link. So let's say you click the link and then it will take you to this page where you can enter the user ID and the password, and you can choose the user ID that you want to use for this system, and then you can have the so let's say you use GreatCo user. You enter the password, and with that system will create a user ID for you. So it's quite simple process where you select a username, and then you enter the user the password and re-enter the password. The system will take you into the collaboration platform. It will create a user ID for you. So the next one will be, you will be logging in using the same user ID that you created. For example, in this example I'm using GreatCo user, and the username and password that you entered, you will log into the system. So the system will take you into the, generally you may have the admin role, and also you may have the individual buyer or seller roles which you'll be using for your various transactions. So here, as we have seen in the previous lesson, the navigation panel, we have got admin role, or we have got buyer or seller. So because you are a registered user of the platform, you will have buyer and seller. So the first we'll see that once you start using, you may want to invite your trading partners with whom you are planning to do the transactions. So let's go into the partners management, and you will be creating the new trading partners. So you will be click create new under the partners management. So this is under the admin role. Under the admin role and partners management, you are creating new partners. So we'll be creating, for this lesson we'll be creating two partners. One is customer, one is a supplier. So just to demonstrate that you can collaborate both with your customer and supplier using this platform. So the first step, we are creating a customer partner. So let's say we call it customer.mygbiz. This is the demo website we have, greatcustomer.mygbiz.com, and the partner number, let's say I call that as GreatCust, and so the admin email is greatcustomer at so this is the email address. The admin email address is generally for the person whom you are inviting for the first. So they will have the admin privilege where they can set up their party attributes and all that, or they can do the buy item setup, the master data setup. They'll be able to do that. So you will set up the customers here, the partner, and then you can enter the start date or end date optionally, and you select the customer as yes and the supplier as no, because this is going to be a customer for you. So you are setting up the customer like that. So essentially what I have done is I gone to the partners management, and then I started with the partner domain. This is the website address of the company whom I am going to do the transactions with. So in this example it's a greatcustomer.mygbiz.com, and I given a unique partner number. The partner number is unique across the platform, so if it is not unique it will tell you and you can change it. And this partner number can be numeric or alpha, it can be a mix of both. So in this example I just given alphabetical number GreatCust, but in your system if you are already using some other number for your partner identification, you can do that. You can use the same number here. And then this is the admin email. This is the person, is the main contact for that particular company, and so as soon as you create this partner, they will get a email notification that you added them as a partner, and you can add them as a customer and select as a supplier in this example, and then you click save. So another option here is that some of them, they might already be there in the company, in the platform, right? So your supplier might have been suppliers for some other customer, and they might have already created those customers in that. So you can search by Once you created, before you create that, you can search by that domain name. So for example, you know that it's called great customer, so you can search great customer. So that means they are already in the platform, they are already existing in the platform. And you can select, like if you want to make them as a customer or buyer supplier here, and then you can just click save. That is it's the same as creating a new partner. So if the supplier or customer is already in the system, somebody has already invited them, they are already in the system, you can just join them as a platform partner in the platform directly, and you need not invite them. So having done that, I will go back to that. And so now we are in the we have created a customer, right? And then now the next step is I'm going to create a supplier. So because I need to have transactions on both the side, so this site is going to be great supplier .mygbiz.com, right? So I'm calling it great supplier, and the partner number I'm going to call it GraySup, just to identify that it is a supplier. So let's say the admin email is and the customer is no and the supplier is yes. So because I'm creating a supplier, so I am setting that the supplier is yes and customer is no, and remaining things are the same. Like I have the partner domain, which is the website, and then their email address, and then the unique identifier for the partner number. So and then I just click save, so it says the party is processed. So that's two partners which I have created now. If I go in, I can search, and so for example, if I search here by, for example, whoever is the customer for me, if I search, I can only see that it's a great customer is my supplier. And if I want to search supplier as yes and make the customer as no, so I can search that, okay, that is a great supplier. So I set up the partners, customers and suppliers I set up, and I will invite the users also. Just by selecting the partner or creating the partner, it's not stopping there. You have to identify and invite specific users from the partners. So you have to invite specific users. So let's do that. I will go to the users management, and here I can say if I already got users, I can search here. So I'll just use the create new to create new users. So I'm going to create two users, one for the customer, one for the supplier, and let me call it great customer. Right, and user email is great customer at greatcustomer.mygbiz.com, and so I leave the end date, start date empty, and for this I choose the great customer is the thing, so I choose great co as a customer, and I'm going to allocate the roles for them. So this is a great co, great co is my own company. I should select great cust, that's the right one. So I select great cust as the customer, and so if you see here the roles are limited. So I want to give the admin role so that they can create the master data, and I want to give the buyer editor role to this person because he is a customer for me, so he will use buyer editor to do the transactions with me. So once you have entered the details, so it's quite simple. Like I enter the first name, the last name, and then the party, I enter the email address, and then I select the roles for the customer, and then I click save. So when I do that, the user invitation process, so typically what's happening at this point is that the user gets a email. So whomever I invited here, they get an email saying that similar one like you got invited to join the TpSynergy.com platform, like that. So I done for the customer. Next I'm going to do for the supplier. So I'm going back to the screen, and I'm using that. I enter the first name, last name, and username, let's say great supplier. And then I select the party as this time I select great sup, and I select the roles. So I choose the admin role so that they can set up the master data, and then seller editor, right? So I select the admin role and then seller editor. So with that I save the record. So once I saved it, it's got saved. So the result, the user might have already been invited. So when I do that, so basically it sends an invitation to the user, and the user gets invited. So let's see. um, and so once you have sent the invitation, the next step will be the users will be getting invitation and they'll be joining the platform. We'll see that next. So here we have got certain, before that we have got certain master data to be created or set up. So these are called party attributes management, which generates the party. These are company configurations or the setups. We'll see that one. So that's that need to be configured one-time setup. So let's go to the create new. So here the party number is Great Co, and the attribute name. There are many attributes. Each of this has got some implications on the system. For example, you select session timeout. Let's say you select 30 for that, which means it's a 30, every 30 minutes the session will be timed out, right? So and then let's say you select the next one is supplier late response, how frequently you want the supplier to respond to your orders. Let's say it's 1, and then let's say then the next one, most important thing, is the corporate logo, which gets printed in your purchase orders. Like being a customer, it gets printed in your purchase order, or it could be like for example, you may use the your company logo for printing the invoices. If you so you select that company logo, whichever you want to upload. Once you have selected that logo, and then you click the save button, so the file gets uploaded and you get a message saying that upload has been completed. And there are other attributes, probably the exception expiration, which means that whatever the alerts that's created after how many days that gets expired. So let's say it is 3 days. And also if you want to track the system to track the inventory, you may say that you want to track the inventory. We'll see about this feature in some other lesson. So once you have this information and then you have created, so the first step has been done, which is you have invited the partners and also you have set up the party attributes. So in the next lessons we'll be seeing how they accept the invitation and